Coming up, State of Business, sponsored by
IWS Aviation.
Hello there, you're watching our television. This is State of Business. I am Pamutha Katugampala. With our top stories. The food inflation in March decreases slightly. Government seeks lessons from India on good governance. Welcome back, you're watching State of Business. Now let's have a detailed look at today's stories. Now, headline inflation as measured by the year-on-year change in the Colombo Consumer Price Index decreased to 50.3% in March 2023 from 50.6% in February 2023. The decline in the headline inflation is broadly in line with the disinflation path envisaged by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka in 2023. The food inflation decreased to 47.6% in March 2023 from 54.4% in February 2023, whereas the non-food inflation increased to 51.7% in March 2023 from 48.8% in February 2023. Monthly change of CCPI recorded at 2.92% in March 2023 due to price increases observed in items of non-food category, which was 3.71%. However, the food category recorded a monthly decline of 0.79%. The core inflation, which reflects the underlying inflation in the economy, decreased to 39.1% in March 2023 from 43.6% in February 2023. Looking ahead, based on the available information, the anticipated declining trend of inflation is expected to continue through 2023. This disinflation process would be supported by subdued demand conditions owing to tight monetary and fiscal policy measures, softening of food and energy prices amidst the recent exchange rate appreciation. CBS's statement also added that greater pass-through of lower global commodity prices, second-round impacts of recent fuel price revisions, and anticipated improvements in domestic supply conditions, along with the favorable statistical base recent for the lowered inflation in the month of March. Meanwhile, the government has sought the assistance of India to establish a University of Governance and Public Policy for Good Governance tips. PMD sources said that they are hopeful that Sri Lanka would receive a positive reply from the closest neighbour in the region. President Ranil Wickremesinghe met with Director General of the Indian Institute of Good Governance, Bharat Lal, at the President's official residence in Colombo last Saturday. President's media division said that the Director General of the Indian Institute of Good Governance visited Sri Lanka to discuss potential ways to enhance the country's civil service and improve government's institution performance by implementing effective monitoring measures. During the meeting, Bharat Lal shared India's success in incorporating information technology into public service delivery, which resulted in significant progress and cost savings. During the discussion, the President has made a request from the Director General Lal for his assistance in establishing a University of Governance and Public Policy in Sri Lanka. Secretary to the President, Samanayaka Nayaka, said the Indian High Commissioner Gopal Bagle were also there representing both the parties. Now, the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka, Faisal Saleh, says auditors have a reporting obligation to CSE. SEC chairman said this recently during a meeting between top officials of the SEC and the principal partners of audit firms. The SEC chairman said that auditors should promptly inform the CAC if they are aware of a situation that adversely affects the financial position of a market intermediary to a material extent. Highlighting the duties of auditors of public listed companies, he said that the auditor has a duty by law to promptly report in writing to the board audit committee of the listed company if he becomes aware of a contravention of non-compliance with any law, rule, regulation or regulatory directive issued under the Act, a matter which adversely affects or may affect the financial position of a listed company, an irregularity that has or may have a material effect on the accounts of the company, or an irregularity that jeopardizes or may jeopardize the funds or property of investors. He further elaborated that if board audit committee fails to rectify the matter or act within 2 weeks, the auditor is required under the Act to inform the board of directors. He also added that in the event no action is taken by the director board within 2 weeks, the auditor should promptly red flag it to the SEC. The chairman further said auditors have a responsible role to play in providing assurances that the internal control environments of entities operating in the capital market meet the required standards of good governance. He highlighted the need to red flag market-sensitive issues and errors in the financial reports and promptly requires companies to rectify the errors and republish the financial statements by the Sri Lanka Accounting and Auditing Standards Monitoring Board. See you soon with more stories after this short commercial break.
Skoda. Simply clever.
Welcome back here with State of Business. Now, Sri Lankan foreign workers' remittances recorded at $407 million for February 2023, and the earnings from tourism estimated at $107 million for the same period. Both industries showed marginal improvement on February's external sector performance report issued by the Economics Research Department compared to earnings from January's report. According to the report, total departures for foreign employment were recorded at 23,974 during February 2023. Tourist arrivals have increased in February 2023 to 107,639 compared to 102,545 arrivals in January 2023 and 96,507 recorded in February 2022. Russia, India, the United Kingdom, Germany and France remain the main source countries for tourist arrivals in February 2023. Meanwhile, the exchange rate continued to remain stable through February 2023 before notably appreciating during March 2023 with the removal of the guidance band and mandatory sales requirements amidst improved market sentiments. It states that gross official reserves stood at $2.2 billion as of the end of February 2023. This includes a swap facility from the People's Bank of China equivalent to around $1.4 billion. The central bank recorded a net absorption of foreign exchange from the market in February 2023, resulting in a marginal improvement in liquid reserves by end of February 2023. Additionally, the cumulative deficit in the trade account during January to February 2023 was $449 million. Meanwhile, earnings from the export of industrial and agricultural goods have declined compared to February 2022, with a substantial share of the decline being contributed by garments. On the other hand, expenditure on all major merchandise and consumer goods imports has declined compared to February 2022, recording the lowest imports since May 2020. Now, Commercial Bank of Ceylon, in collaboration with Lanka Pay, launched a national credit and debit card with international acceptance. The inaugural launch of Lanka Pay credit cards in Sri Lanka and the first time 5 variants of Lanka Pay cards as credit and debit released by Commercial Bank took place in Colombo recently. Lanka Pay card is an internationally accepted card which is cost-effective and equipped with the latest technology and highest security features. All domestic transactions via Lanka Pay cards are routed locally, and when the cards are used overseas, the transactions are routed via the JCB International Network. The initiative ensures that no foreign exchange outflow takes place for any local card transaction, which could potentially save the country a considerable amount of foreign exchange. Lanka Pay cards issued in Sri Lanka by Commercial Bank will feature dual interface functionality, enabling both contact and contactless transactions at point-of-sale terminals connected to the Lanka Pay permit network. Cards can also be used at all automated teller machines linked to the Lanka Pay platform and over 42,000 merchant points island-wide. The card will enable Sri Lankans to enjoy JCB's global merchant network comprising of more than 41 million acceptance locations. The bank will issue Lanka Pay branded credit cards in the Platinum, Gold and Classic tiers, while the debit cards will be in the Platinum and Classic tiers. The debit card will be the first dual interface card in the country where the user can perform both contactless and contact-enabled transactions at any POS device. Meanwhile, Commercial Bank Professor Ananda Jayawardena said that the bank is always ready to serve its customers with the state-of-the-art facilities available in the world, and this would be a significant milestone in the credit and debit card markets.
As payment methods have been evolved dramatically over the years, we at Commercial Bank believe introducing this type of innovative, cost-effective payment methods will make payment solutions accessible to all corners of the island in order to enhance financial inclusivity level of the country. We promised that we would take every possible effort to popularize new Lanka Pay JCB cards to be launched today over the period of time similar to the success in our Lanka QR drive.
This is a momentous occasion for payment card industry in Sri Lanka, where Commercial Bank is joining the Lanka Pay National Payment Card Scheme by launching 5 variants of Lanka Pay JCB credit and debit cards. This is the first time a Sri Lankan bank is launching Lanka Pay JCB credit and debit cards together, and that too with 5 variants. These cards can be accessed or used over 41 million outlets all over the world.
Stay tuned and we'll be right back with the stock update. Welcome back, you're watching State of Business and now the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The All Share Price Index dropped 64.16 points to close at 9,236.93 and the S&P SL 20 dropped 6.35 points to close at 2,676.48. The turnover was 0.56 billion rupees and over 26 million shares were traded. Coming up next are Forex rates. Well, that's a wrap from today's edition of State of Business. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.